girl Elizabeth, and today I'm going to be going over some basic brushes that you need to basically put your face on every day. So I'm trying to keep it simple, so I'm just going to go over a few of these. Stay tuned, and of course like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, keep watching. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing is my foundation brush. So I like to mix my foundation first on my hand and then use a brush to blend it in. The brush that I like to use is this dense slanted brush, and I basically just go all over my face. It really helps with blending it in really well. I used to use a beauty blender, and I still do occasionally after I use my brush to just make sure everything is nice and smooth. You gotta have a La Perle beauty sponge in your life, so make sure you check out laperleday.com for that. So yeah, I use this damn beauty blender to go over my skin and make sure everything is seamless after I went over with my foundation brush. Okay, so once I have my foundation on, I went ahead and with my La Perle Day sponge and made sure everything was nice and blended and covered. I now go for my foundation brush, which is kind of like a paintbrush. This one is from Sephora Professionals. I got this from Sephora, and I usually have my cream contour and highlight palette with me, so I'll just dip it in there and go ahead under my eyes, you know, my forehead, and also use that to sculpt the face with my cream contour. And of course, to blend it out, go back in with my beauty blender and make sure everything is nice and blended in. Like I like to say, blend till your wrist hurt, girl. So yeah, I just continue to dab and dab and make sure everything is completely seamless and ready to go. The next thing that I like to do is also take my same beauty blender sponge and use my setting powder to bake. So I'll go ahead and dab it in my setting powder and go under my eyes and also on my chin, my T-zone, right here under the contour, under my cheekbone here. So what I like to use is the next brush. I use this brush to basically dust off the setting powder. And another thing I like to do with this brush is if I left the setting powder in too long and my face is looking a little ghostly and too white, I usually go in with the same brush and tap it into some loose powder and just go over the same areas to just kind of put some color back into my skin. So after I've done that, I also use my next brush here, which I got this is Wet n Wild. This was like $1 or $1 and some change. I got it at, I think, Walmart. I love this brush. I usually dip it right into my contour powder, go here and on my cheeks, on my forehead. I like to pinch it into like a little fan shape to go here on the sides of my nose to snatch my nose. Of course, under the chin. And I just love this brush. It's so soft on the skin, and I like to have it around. So whenever I just set my contour, I use this brush. Next is my blush brush. I love this blush brush because it's so dense. The hairs are kind of short, but the brush is really dense. It's still soft though. Whenever I put on blush, I feel like it doesn't, like the pigment doesn't come on my skin. So, and I know I'm using the right blush, so I decided to switch up my brush to a more denser brush. So a quick tip is if you want a more intense color, use a denser brush. So I just go ahead into my blush compact, just tap it in there, tap the excess out, and go ahead into my skin, of course smile, and just brush upwards into the cheek, well, into the hairline. So last but not least, one of my favorite parts of putting makeup is, of course, putting in that highlight, honey. So you need a perfect fan brush, and this one is exactly it. I actually got this at Michael's. It's usually used to, you know, paint on canvas, but this is my canvas. This is my canvas. So I always use this fan brush, a flat brush, when I want to do my highlight. And of course, you're just gonna go on the highest points of your cheekbones right here, and you could also put it here on the tip of your nose, the bridge of your nose, excuse me, and of course on your cupid's bow at the top of your lip, and a little bit on your chin, depending on how much highlight you want. So these are the main brushes that I use when I'm beating this face, honey. But throughout my makeup routine, I always have my beauty blender, and I'm going in constantly to make sure everything is seamless and looks good. I even throw this thing in my bag wherever I go. So that means if I need to take a quick stop to the bathroom to touch up a little bit, I have my beauty blender and I can just go in and touch up anywhere where there's extra shine. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. We definitely appreciate your support, and make sure to stay tuned for more videos to come. Love you guys. Mwah. Hi Pearls, it's your girl Elizabeth, and today I'm going to be going over some basic... Right. Hope you enjoy. Oh yeah, and of course. Hi Pearls, so today I'm going to be going over some basic brushes that I use to put on my face. So this is basically a beginner's pack.
Project.
Yeah.
Project.
I just realized that. I'm gonna start over.
Okay.